Hey everybody, good afternoon. This is Brother Eric, your local 308 Boogeyman Union rep. Yeah, it is crazy at local 308. I don't know, y'all gotta start coming to these meetings. Y'all gotta come to your membership meetings Saturday and get the facts. Get to know where the money is, all the details. We have a party coming up August 16th. It's called the summer event. We do it every year, we're told. We do it every year. And the spending for this is always run by the executive board and then the membership for approval. And it's upwards of $10,000. Well, this year, I asked, since we're having this party on August 16th, and I'm going to be there. I hope you're going to be there. I'm looking forward to seeing you. I said to the president today in our board meeting, I said, President Penny, could you please tell us how much this party's going to cost? She wouldn't tell me how much it's going to cost. She said, we're going to be getting some sponsorships and the members. In other words, you are going to be paying for some of it too. So I said, okay, so how much are the members going to have to pay for this thing? What is our part? What is the members' part going to be? And she wouldn't tell me. She said, it's going to be whatever it is that'll come out in the report. I said, okay, so we're not going to get any kind of approval? No, we can do this anytime we want. Do you understand what President Penny says? Do you understand what she's saying? She's saying she can spend your money on a freaking party. Now, I made motions without your approval. I made motions at this board meeting for a number of things. Two of them, and I'm going to tell you, that are so important. I'm going to tell you all of them. Number one, I made a motion at Local 308. Begin teaching members how to use the grievance procedure. Nobody supported it. It died. She was so happy to say it died without a second. I made a motion this is going to cost money, to do this, to train the members how to get FMLA, intermittent leave, and then how to use it so that they don't get trapped and get to use it properly without getting in trouble. Nothing. No support. It died for lack of a second. She was so excited to say it died. But you know what, Peppermint Penny? My motions may die, but I still live. And I'm going to keep coming to these meetings until I die. And I'm going to keep motioning that we educate the members, that we use our money to educate the members so they understand the contract, so they understand FMLA. And then I made a motion that we organize the members for a contract campaign to win paid sick leave. No support. It died for lack of a second. Can you believe that? She's going to spend your money on a freaking party. She's spending our money on parties and trips and sports. And she says she can do it without your approval. This is unprecedented. I've been going to these union meetings. I've been a member since 2018. I've been an elected board member for just a year and a half. These parties, these summer parties, Christmas parties, the spending has to be approved first by the board and then by the membership. That's the way it's always done. Now all of a sudden it doesn't have to be approved. Can you believe that? And then she don't want to spend the money to educate the poor members who keep getting written up and they don't grieve anything because they're told it's not grievable, I guess. They don't want you to grieve, brothers and sisters. They don't want you to know how to write a grievance. They don't want you to understand the grievance procedure and how you have a right to grieve a write-up. We had 8 co-workers fired for being sick. They're taking misses for being sick. They got parents with cancer and babies with asthma and all kind of stuff. They don't want to educate the members. People getting on FMLA falsification. They're like, I didn't know I was trying this, I was trying that, this didn't work. We not trained. Why aren't we spending our money to educate the poor people to understand how to stay out of trouble with the CTA mismanagement? No, we're just spending money on parties. Party, party, party. Amalgamated Party Union, Local 308. What a bunch of crap. Brothers and sisters, this is you opt out, opt in. Oh, I'm having a connection problem. Add your voice to mine and others and vote down the spending. Take your union back. Take it under control. Let me tell you, if I become the president of our union, and I'm running for president because this is a mess. Ain't no more money on parties. I'm sorry. No more sports. You want sports, you want parties. You got a motion for it. You got to put it on the agenda. We'll put it on the agenda and you fight for it and you speak up for it. And then if the members want the party, they want the sports, you're going to have it. But we're going to have to spend money on training the members and educating the members and helping them learn how to stay out of trouble and keep their jobs. Wouldn't that be nice? And then I made a motion for organizing action against the CTA mismanagement for putting cameras all over the place so that they can't use the cameras to write us up. Died for lack of a second. Just so happy that the emotions that why do we have union leadership? It thinks it's okay for the CTA mismanagement to have cameras all over the place. And they use it just to write us up. What kind of union? I want you all to start researching other unions. Talk to other people at other companies and other unions and tell them what we go through. And they'll look at you like, man, that don't sound right. Now look at this. I gotta tell y'all about Mike Overstreet. My God, Mike Overstreet. I wrote a blog about him just today. I just had to get it out my system because this man is obsessed with everything I do and everything I say on your behalf, especially when it comes to your money. Does anybody know why? My fellow union rep, Mike Overseer, I call him Overseer because that's what he might as well have a whip and be out there whipping the members. Does anybody know why Brother Mike is so bothered that I want to know who was getting paid for almost $1 million of, quote, other administrative salaries at our union for the past 2 years? I spent almost 20 minutes barking back and forth with this swarmy, condescending boss agent about why it's our job as union reps to know these things. And he don't want to know. It's like the black belt manager in training that he is, all he could do was attack my arguments with weak attempts to impugn my motivations with unrelated issues. Why is Mike Overstreet always so annoyed when I bring it up about how money's spent at Local 308? Is he making some extra union cash on the side? By the way, when I brought that up, he got very, very angry. You're accusing me. Hey man, you so upset. I guess you making money, right? It really bothers you all the time, Mike Overstreet, that I keep bringing up this $1 million, almost $1 million of other administrative costs. I mean, is he getting some of this money? Oh, he said, well, are you getting some? I said, I don't know. We need to find out. Wouldn't it be good to know? Don't you want to know, Mike Overstreet, where the money is? And why are you so upset that I'm bringing it up? Where's the money? Who's being paid all this money? Is he a thief? I don't know. But don't you think we need to know? It will tell us. It will tell us if Mike Overstreet is making money on the side. Extra other administrative costs. We need to know. You should know. The members need to know. What if I'm on it? Hey, you never know. You never know. Maybe I'm getting a little candy. Maybe I'm part of some conspiracy to distract everybody. Make you think, yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy, man. He's on the inside. So we need to know. Why doesn't Mike Overstreet want to know where the money is? Does anyone know why Mike Overstreet didn't want to look at the receipts for the money that was spent for this past month, June? Does anybody know? Because I tell you, we were at the board meeting together, and it's our job to do that. Do you know that? Do you know that? Does anyone know why Brother Mike Overstreet tried to explain away $188 per month being charged to Local 308 by Comcast for TV service? I ain't seen no TVs. Did you see a TV in the union office? I ain't seen no TVs in there. I don't see no TVs. Why did he try to explain it away? Here I'm talking to the Secretary Treasurer, but he's got to intervene. He's got, well, I ain't even talking to you, Brother Mike. Shut up and sit down. I mean, I asked you to sit with me and look at the receipts. You refused. You refused. You don't want to look at the receipts. In fact, none of the executive board members want to look at the receipts. Why is that? Why is I'm the only one that scrutinizes every bill? Why don't the others want to do that too? Are they afraid? Are they afraid they're going to make Peppermint Penny be uncomfortable? Maybe Mike Overstreet? I don't know. When I brought this up, our Secretary Treasurer said, I don't know what that's for. He said, I need to look into that. I said, well, fantastic. Listen. So Mike Overstreet, he ain't the Secretary Treasurer, but he's trying to brush it off. Oh, it's part of the service. That's part of the service. He just like he does when they write us up, right? Just like he does when the CTA mismanagement don't want to pay us, right? He don't want to pay us what we're worth. They don't want to pay us what they're worth. They don't want to make the flagman full-time permanent. Nah, he's always justify people stealing. Always justify. But even our Secretary Treasurer said, man, I'm going to look into that. And that's what he did. You know that? Our Secretary Treasurer, Brother Cleve Atkins. God bless you, Brother Cleve. He's like, he didn't want to say it, but he said it on his face. Thank you, Boogeyman, for telling me about this, pointing this out. But he should know. See, that's why the executive board members have to look at the receipts, brothers and sisters. That's our job. And it says it. It says it in the bylaws of our union. Section 15A. We are supposed to supervise all the money, where it's going and where it's coming. It says it in the bylaws. I'm the only one on the executive board that wants to look at what is it with these people? What is it with these people? Why would Brother Mike defend Comcast ripping us off almost $200 a month? Is he moonlighting as a Comcast salesman? Brother Mike Overstreet, moonlight. Secondary employment. I mean, since he likes to go on his Facebook page and rat out the members and talk crap about members, boast that he calls management on the members, I can talk about his alleged secondary employment as a Comcast salesman. Because I just kept asking him, you working for Comcast, brother? Well, we got a Secretary Treasurer, Brother Cleve, is looking like, damn, this is messed up. And he's looking at us getting ripped off. Yet you're defending Comcast ripping us off. almost $200 a month. I don't know. Brother Mike Overstreet, Comcast salesman. And as you see in my blog, I got an article about him on my blog. I found a picture. Allegedly of Mike Overstreet in a Comcast Xfinity shirt. You got to check it out. It's alleged. I don't know. It may not be true. It says something about memes. The credit is artificial memes. What what was it? It's something meme artificial, something like that. Check it out. I don't know, but Mike Overstreet, if you are working for Comcast and the CTA, you need to go get that form. You need to go to the manager right now. I want you to go right now. And you go to that manager and you say, I need a secondary employment form. I need a second because I don't want to get in trouble. So I know I caught him looking stupid as hell. But he's too arrogant to admit being wrong. Because he was wrong. He was wrong to defend Comcast. Because we're being ripped off by Comcast, our union office. And the boogeyman caught it. And the Secretary Treasurer said, I need to fix that. Immediately, he asked our office manager, hey, can you call Comcast and ask them about what this is about? I mean, she was on the phone when I left. That's your union rep. That's what Mike Overstreet's supposed to be doing. That's what all the executive board members are supposed to be doing, but they don't do it. They don't want to look at the receipts, but I want to look at the receipts. I want to see where the money is. But Mike Overstreet, he don't want that. And all he did, spent the whole time taunting me, but I love it. See, Mike is obsessed with everything I say. And silencing me, discrediting me, is his sole purpose. And I love it. Because when a man pushes me, I pull him. And when a man pulls me, I push him. You got a trap you trying to dig for me, brother Mike Overstreet. You trying to make me look like I'm just some kind of no good nobody. But you keep making yourself look like nothing but a boss-loving, boot-licking trader who just loves money. It's taken from the members. So, you understand now, $200 a month. I think we're going to be saving it now. It's almost like peanuts compared to the $1 million, almost $1 million for other administrative salaries, right? That we're trying to still investigate. Sounds like I might get the information maybe next month. I don't know. Secretary Treasurer he despises me, and it's okay. He doesn't have to like me. But he knows that I want this information out. And I want to see it with my own eyes. So I think he might do it. But I need you, the members, to speak up too. You can't just expect me to do all the heavy lifting. You got to do a little bit too. You want to say other administrative salaries. Where is it? Why are we paying for television when we don't have televisions and cable TV in the union office? We don't need to pay for that. It's time to get another provider if they're telling us, well, excuse me, that's the only thing you could have. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. We need to impeach Mike Overstreet and Peppermint Penny. Because like I told you, she just want to have a party, but don't want the members to have any say in where the money's being spent and how it's being spent. All right? He thinks it's okay. It's okay for us to blow $200 a month. He was sitting there justifying, and then of course he denies it. I mean, he just is such a freaking liar. Why would I sit here and tell you this if I'm making it up? But that's what he does. And some of y'all know I'm right. But you're afraid to speak up. You're watching me right now. You're like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you know what this guy's about. The record of contempt for members of our union, accountability, and democracy from this rotten boss agent, Overstreet and Penny, has been thoroughly documented. He's so used to being a straw boss. Look that up, by the way, straw boss. Look it up. He silences and talks down to members with no consequences that he loses his mind when he deals with me. He can't deal with me because I keep going and going and going and going, and he keeps going. He thinks he's got it, but he don't. He doesn't understand who he's dealing with. He thinks I'm like the others, but I'm not. I like to fight. I like to debate. I like to stand up for what is right, even if it means that I'm not liked. Especially by him and Peppermint Penny. In the link for the video, I have a link. I got a whole report for you. Oh, I got so much to tell you. And I got so much to share with you to help you fight for your job and help your coworkers and yourself, and to crush the power of our oppressors at the Chicago Transit Authority, the mismanagers, the outlaws, the scumbags, the cheapskates. So make sure you register. July 16th. I'm going to share it all with you. All the money. Where the money. I got so much. I got all these issues with cases. Contract. But you got to register. You register so you don't miss it. And if you miss it and you're registered, you're going to get a recording. But you got to register. Because I got to deal with some union in-house stuff that can't be public. So I want you to register for that. I'm going to tell you more. I'm going to tell you one other thing from the meeting. Y'all might recall that I was unjustly suspended for protesting for paid sick leave on my off day. And the CTA said, I was in his uniform. So in my grievance, I said the CTA wrote me up unjustly for protesting on my off day while in a uniform with the covered logo. Yet here's all these photos, and I provided photos of CTA workers in uniform and in vests protesting off the clock. I said, this is not fair. It needs to be thrown out. Did you know, after our vice president, Brother Mark Reams, read it, he immediately said, I recommend we send this to arbitration. And then Brother Martin said, I second. Hey, Peppermint Penny. She's like, no. We're Basira, you got to leave. So she had to try to talk everybody into whatever is in her head to justify this crap. This proves that she's behind my punishment for standing up for you all and myself for paid sick leave. It proves it. Because it should have immediately gone to a vote. Because then what she says, she'll say, okay, we have it seconded. Now, we're going to have to bring it to a vote. Is there a question? Questions. And then that's when it comes up. But no, she didn't want to do that. She wanted to send me out and try to talk everyone down. And I was told I got a lot of votes. A lot of my fellow union reps. I mean, I guess a lot of them must have abstained, but I got enough votes to send that right up to an arbitrator. And Brother Mark Weems did not hesitate to recommend it. He gets it. I was doing God's work. And, if you keep whipping a man who's doing the work that you ain't doing. The members see it. None of y'all are out there protesting on your off days, demanding paid sick leave, two-person crews, brick and mortar bathrooms, full-time jobs for all. No, no, no. You got one man out there doing it right now with others, but you got one union rep doing it. One elected executive board. See, y'all don't understand what an executive board member is. An executive board member is essentially the president for their department. It's not a rubber stamp for the president. You have to help those people who elected you, even if you don't like them. So I thank the board, and I'm publicly thanking Brother Mark Weems, the Vice President of Local 308, for recommending that my grievance go to an arbitrator. It doesn't need to go to an arbitrator because you all know what the CTA did was broke the law and broke the contract. They tried to figure something out with their rules. There was nothing that fit for their own rules. They had to come up with some weird thing about a fiduciary duty. Get out. I ain't no fiduciary. You think I'm on the board of directors or something? Get out of here, you bunch of idiots. That's why I call the CTA law department the lie department. But I'm thanking Brother Mark, and I'm thanking those who voted for my grievance. I always give credit when credit is due. But I call you out when you don't do right. And I expect you to do the same to me. Call me out when I do wrong. Commend me when I do right. But frankly, I don't need your commendation. Because I know that what I'm doing is right. And I don't need nobody's approval. I don't. And if I'm wrong, the God will reveal it, hopefully through one of you that will tell me, hey, Brother Eric, you were wrong about this or you were wrong about that. You need to do this. If you do that, I say, okay, all right. But what about this? Oh, now see, now you're, what, I can't question? I can't disagree? But I've had people that say, hey, man, that was offensive. I said, I apologize. No problem. No problem. When I wanted to, I was like, oh, man, Brother Cleve left. I didn't see him. He's gone. I need to see the receipts. Hey, do you know where he is? Can you get him for me? Can I see the... No, you got to... No. Hey, you want to tell me where? I'm like, nobody knows where he is. Oh, there he is. He said, well, can I pee? I'm like, oh, all right, sorry. Thanks for showing up. Can I look at the reason? And then they had to get into... I'm like, hey, man. Chill. I thought you left. Because nobody would tell me anything. I need to see the receipts. And he did it. So, oh, Brother Cleve. Brother Cleve, Secretary Treasurer Cleve. Man, you're good at what you do. And I want to let everybody know. He is so much better Secretary Treasurer than that Deborah Cozy. Get cozy with the boss lane. He's really trying. He's really trying. And his response to me catching that discrepancy regarding the Comcast, it was very professional. He did exactly what a Secretary Treasurer should do and say. Now, if Overstreet was Secretary Treasurer, we'd be doomed. Because he'd be justifying, yeah, it's okay, they can do that. He's so stupid. I tell you, man, these clerks, man, they be calling me, complaining about you, brother. He's like, oh, yeah, I hear it in the shop, too, about you. I said, oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, why don't you write about it? Tell everybody about it. Tell everybody about all the shop people who don't like me, don't trust me, don't want me to represent them. Do it. Do it. Because I have to be accountable. If the members the shop workers don't like Brother Eric and the way he operates, you need to let people know. You see, that's why I actually have a feedback form that I send to every member after I represent them. And it's anonymous, so they can say whatever crap they want. In fact, I make it public to people who I've never represented. I say, you don't like me? You know what? Here's the form. Go ahead. Tell the world what you think of me. My approval rating's pretty high. But I guarantee you, Mike Overstreet, he'll never do anything. He'll never put out a survey. Maybe he will. Maybe he will now. If he sees this video, I don't think he'll look, but maybe someone will tell him, put out a survey. That's all I'm saying. Because I know a lot of clerks, they can't stand you, Brother Mike. It's not because you make the managers upset. It's because you don't speak up for the members. It's like you're quiet and you defend this crap. I mean, it's like, it's not just him, but it's like a lot of us union reps, it's like some members feel like they got to flirt with us or flatter us in order to get help. What is that? What is that? Oh, I've gone on too long. Listen, you get into this next week's class and report. Like I said, I got notes, so I won't ramble. But we have an agenda. We have a study guide. At every class, I teach about union history, the union bylaws, union constitution, our contract, and case studies regarding union organizing. Because this is what we got to do. And I'm doing it at no cost to the membership. Today, you all paid for me to be off work to go to this meeting and to communicate with the members. And I got a bunch of phone calls I got to return. I still haven't eaten dinner. But it's okay, because I love helping people. Especially helping them fight the tyrants. Alrighty. July 16th. Make sure you register. It's in the link. Bye-bye.